Hey guys, Trekyards back again.
Hi guys.
Captain Foley, Samuel Calkins are here with another special guest announcement. Today we have something kind of unique and interesting. Not a designer on the show, but we got somebody that worked with both FASA and Starfleet Battles and designed a few ships and maybe a few other goodies for them. So we have Mr. Josh Spencer with us today.
Captain Foley, Commander Calkins, hello there.
Hi Josh.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's a beautiful sunny day where I'm at, and I'm not going to get into any further details other than that I'm looking forward to enjoying the sun a little bit later on.
Good, good.
Well, it's nice. Here.
It's nice to have you with us. So we're just going to get to know you a little bit and introduce you to our fans. So
now I know this is scripted, but I have to ask the question because I've got to pretend. You know. So, Josh, Stuart just said what you designed, but what is the stuff you designed? What is Starfleet Battles? What is FASA? I just don't know what they are.
Okay, Starfleet Battles is a tactical starship combat system that was designed in the late 1970s by Steve Cole and the Amarillo Design Bureau. It was marketed by Task Force Games at the time, and they worked strictly along the lines of the Starfleet Technical Manual by Franz Joseph. Mm-hmm. They didn't get any official blessings from Paramount. That's why you don't see ridged-head Klingons in the game. You don't see photon torpedoes on Klingon ships. You know, those are the examples. And then the original 5 races were the Feds, the Klingons, the Romulans, the Gorns, and the Kzinti. Tholians were also added later, as well as the Lyrans, the Hydrants, and the Interstellar Concordium.
And the Andromedans.
Oh yes, oh yes. Oh my God.
That's okay.
How can I forget one of those folks?
Okay, so that's Starfleet Battles. Now, can you tell us a little about FASA? Because I know they're a little bit different.
Yeah, FASA system was licensed, officially licensed by Paramount Pictures. So we got to use the official movie era material. They also included one of the major inclusions in the FASA system was John M. Ford's novel, The Final Reflection. Anything about the Klingons that was in the FASA system was based on that novel, and I was an outside consultant for that. I was actually listed as the one of the continuity editors for that specific character supplement. I had a lot of fun with that.
Cool, yeah, and the FASA goes more into like characters and stuff, more so than just ships, correct?
Right. FASA system was based on the role. It was basically 2 parts. The role playing was a percentile based, where you got strength, endurance, intelligence, and of course luck. You know, Kirk's luck was extremely high.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and Starfleet Battles is more just ship based, but FASA does have some amazing ship designs. But we'll get to that later.
So it's fair to say Starfleet Battles is sort of first generation pre the full universe, and FASA is the second generation evolution and sort of
Pretty
more
much,
canon
yes.
side as well.
Kind of more fleshed out too, yeah. So, how did you get involved with Starfleet Battles? How did you get that job?
Well, when I first started playing Starfleet Battles in the late 70s, I was living in Chicago at the time. Had a small group that we also sat around and played the game, and eventually I just found out, he's like, wow, isn't there any race out there that learns from everybody else and tries to defeat them in combat, because they're better than everybody else. And that's how I came up with the idea of the Interstellar Concordium. And I eventually I contacted Steve Cole and talked to him about that. And he said, sure, go ahead and send us what you got, which I did. And then that's how the ISC was born.
Wow.
So you created like a whole race for Starfleet Battles.
I did.
And just through your love of the game, really.
Yeah. Because I love the game. And of course, my parents had a problem with that because I wasn't getting paid for it. And I said, who cares? It's what I love. I love to do, just to enjoy myself.
So did you create like all of the main ships for the ISC as well?
The main ships that I had at the time were the flagship cruiser, which was a command cruiser. You had the Star Cruiser, which was a heavy cruiser, the light cruiser, the destroyers, and the dreadnoughts. That's the basic, and then the tugs.
I also heard that you worked on FASA. So do you want to tell us your involvement in that?
Sure. When I got involved with FASA in 1985, I actually toured the facility, and I spoke with Forrest Brown, who was one of the managers of the company, and I told him about my involvement with Starfleet Battles, and he said, "Hey, would you like to get involved with us?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So I got a lot of goodies about that. Got to comment about it, test it out, give them feedback, and they tweaked the game to add. So I added. That's how I added my contribution to that.
So can you just give us a quick, like a short list of what you designed for Starfleet Battles and what you designed for FASA, just so we kind of know what's going on?
Other than the ISC, some of the ships I created for Starfleet Battles were the Klingon F5 frigate leader, F5L frigate leader, the Lyran warcruiser, the Gorn battle destroyer, and I think those were the main ships for that. On the FASA side, I contributed the Charger class destroyer, the Indomitable class battleship for the Federation. And then there was a Romulan ship and that I contributed as well. I don't remember that right off the bat, but
I remember you saying earlier that you also came up with the plasmatic pulsar device and did some work on the plasma Fs as well.
Yes, the plasma F concept for the ISC, where my original destroyer design had 3 plasma Fs. No one heard of that before. That eventually got transferred over to the Gorn battle destroyer, and of course, that's from what I understand, that's still a very popular ship when it comes to destroyers.
And poor Samuel looks so confused. He grew up without all this stuff. I grew up with it, so I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven talking to you, and he's just like.
Well, I understand some of it. Though. I understand the idea of different class of plasma torpedoes from Star Trek Commander 1. So I understand a bit of that, but no, it's definitely not. I'm just used to photons, quantums, pulse phases, Yeah.
The Star Trek weapons. Yeah, that's certainly understandable.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely sounds like you've had quite a varied career in designing ships and fully fledged ships, and definitely a few episodes worth, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely Trekyards material for sure.
Good, I look forward to it.
Yeah, and we plan to bring you some FASA and Starfleet Battles episodes speaking about these ships specifically, and a lot of people that are watching Trekyards are going to be really excited because they grew up with this, and other ones like Samuel are going to learn about what used to be before the internet and all the new stuff. So anyway, guys, so that was our Josh announcement. He's going to be on board for quite a few episodes. Like we said, we got some ships to cover. He also worked on some weapons and stuff, so we got some technology episodes as well. So lots of cool stuff coming up. So
and it's official. We're now opening up to Starfleet Battles and the FASA world. It's all being fully combined to Trekyards. So that is awesome.
And eventually, we do want to get into Armada and a few of the other games as well.
We've got a lot on our plate.
Yeah, so look forward to all that, guys. As always, check out Trekyards.com for any past episodes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and keep tuning in. Also, hit the like and subscribe button. That really helps us out, and it helps you out because you get your regular updates. So, all right, guys, this is Captain Foley.
And Sam McCockins.
And our guest, Josh Spencer, signing off until next time. Bye, guys.
See ya.